I'm 95 years old. I've lived alone for the past 18 years. When my wife Eleanor passed, the whole family descended on me. Dad, you can't stay here by yourself. Dad, we're worried about you. Dad, you'll be miserable alone. Well, it's been 18 years. I'm still here. Same house. Same chair. The Cody the Patson Sembrnichi Rijalta Bet, Elenter Richor. Same morning routine. And you know what? I've never been happier. Not miserable. Not lonely. Actually thriving. I know that sounds impossible to some people. Living alone at 95? That should be sad, right? Wrong. Dead wrong. And I think there's a lot of folks out there who feel the same way I do. Happy in their solitude, but guilty about it because society keeps telling them they should want constant company. So today I'm sharing 6 things I've learned, 6 things that changed everything. The first thing, and this might surprise you, solitude and emptiness are completely different experiences. I've sat in rooms packed with family members and felt like a ghost nobody could see. I've also sat by myself at this kitchen table at 2 in the morning and felt absolutely whole. Here's what nobody tells you. Loneliness isn't a head count problem. Loneliness is what happens when nobody really knows you, when you're performing instead of existing. The question you should ask isn't, am I spending too much time by myself? The question is, do I have at least one connection that's real? I talk to my son Robert every Tuesday evening. 20 minutes. That fills my tank completely. Don't assume you need a packed social calendar just because everyone else is running around constantly. Figure out what actually fills you up, not what you think should fill you up. It might be way less than the world has told you. And if that's true, stop apologizing for it. Second thing, you need structure in your day. When you live with someone else, the day has a natural rhythm. When you're alone, you have to build that rhythm yourself. If you don't, the days just melt together like butter in a hot pan. I wake up at 6:30 every single morning. I make coffee. Same pot, same mug Eleanor bought me in 1974. I sit on the back porch for exactly 30 minutes. I watch the sun come up over the pine trees. Then I come inside, make eggs, read yesterday's newspaper because I refuse to get my news from a computer. It's not boring. It's anchoring. It tells me this day has shape. This day matters. When Eleanor was here, we ate dinner at 5 o'clock sharp. After she died, I changed it to 7. That felt good. Finding my own pace instead of matching someone else's. If you're living alone, you get to decide everything. The temperature, the TV volume, when you eat, when you sleep. That's not loneliness. That's freedom. Real freedom. And if you don't learn to use that freedom, you'll spend the rest of your life waiting for permission that never comes. You'll waste your good years trying to live someone else's version of what old age should look like. Don't do that. Third tip, have something that depends on you. For me, it's my dog, Winston. He's a 9-year-old beagle, stubborn as a mule, and he expects his walk at 7:15 every morning. Doesn't have to be a dog. Could be a garden, houseplants, birds you feed, something alive that needs you to show up. It gives you a reason to get up even on the mornings when your body says stay in bed, and trust me, at 95 there are mornings like that. I also keep a weather journal. Every day I write down the high temperature, the low, whether it rained. Sounds silly, probably, but it gives me something to pay attention to. There was one week about 3 years ago when I got the flu. Bad. Couldn't get out of bed for 4 days. Winston whining at the door because I couldn't walk him. No food in the house. Phone across the room because I forgot to charge it. And I remember lying there thinking, this is it. This is how it ends. Alone. Unable to move. Nobody checking on me. That was the scariest moment I've had in 18 years. But you know what got me through it? Winston? On day 3, I had to get up. He needed water. He needed food. I crawled to the kitchen, filled his bowl, and that small act of being needed by something other than myself that pulled me back. By day 5, I was standing again. I called Robert and told him what happened. He wanted to move me immediately. I said no, because I learned something in that scary week. Even in the worst moment, having something that depends on you can save your life. When you live alone, you need things to watch, things to track. Otherwise, the silence gets too loud and you get lost in your own head. Fourth thing, and this one took me years to learn, be selective about your people. When you live alone, your social energy is limited. You can't waste it on people who exhaust you or relationships that feel like work. I have 4 people I genuinely care about spending time with. My son Robert, my neighbor Carl, who's 78 and also lives alone, Frank from the hardware store where I've been going for 40 years, and my old colleague James, who calls me once a month to argue about baseball. That's it. 4 people who know me, who I actually want to talk to. That's worth more than 50 acquaintances. I used to feel bad about this, like I should want a bigger social circle. But I've learned something important. Quality beats quantity every single time. One real conversation where you can be yourself is worth a dozen polite ones where you have to pretend. If you're someone who needs quiet, who needs space, who prefers a small circle, give yourself permission. There's nothing wrong with that. 5th tip, find meaning in small things. When you're alone, you can't rely on other people to make your day feel significant. You have to find significance yourself. For me, it's simple things. My morning coffee on the porch, walking Winston, reading my book before bed, watching the cardinals at the bird feeder. These aren't big accomplishments, but they make my days feel full. They make my life feel rich. I think a lot of people miss this. They think alone time is just waiting time. Time between the real moments. But it's not. The quiet moments are the real moments. The ordinary days are your actual life. If you can't find meaning in those, you're going to spend your whole life feeling like you're waiting for something that never comes. Eleanor used to say, I notice everything. The way the light hits the kitchen table, how Winston's ear flips inside out when he runs. She was right. And noticing, really paying attention to the small details of your life, that's what fills the space. That's what makes alone time feel rich instead of empty. 6th tip, and this is the most important one. You have to actually like spending time with yourself. Because when you live alone, you're your own full-time roommate. If you can't stand that roommate, every day is going to feel like torture. If you genuinely enjoy that person's company, every day can feel like freedom. This took me most of my life to figure out. I spent 70 years thinking something was wrong with me. Too quiet, too simple, too content doing nothing. I'd see people always rushing somewhere, always busy, always with someone, and I'd think I'm broken. But I wasn't broken. I was just built differently. And here's the hard truth. If you don't make peace with who you are, living alone will destroy you. You'll spend every quiet evening convinced you're failing. You'll fill your calendar with activities you hate just to prove you're normal. I like routines that don't change. I like eating the same breakfast, going to bed at 8:30. I don't like noise. I don't like unexpected visitors. I don't like pretending to be energetic when I'm not. And at 95, I finally gave myself permission to stop fighting it. If you're living alone and it feels hard, ask yourself something honest. Is it hard because you genuinely lack connection? Or is it hard because you've convinced yourself you should want more than you do? These require completely different solutions. If it's the first, call someone. If it's the second, give yourself permission to stop performing. Stop waiting for the world to validate the life you already have. I think about Eleanor every single day. 52 years doesn't just evaporate. There's still her coffee mug in the cabinet that I can't throw away. Still moments when I turn to tell her something and remember she's not there. That ache doesn't go away. But here's what I learned. Loss and emptiness are 2 different things. I carry her absence and still live fully. Both can be true at the same time. She's woven into everything I do. The cardinals at the feeder because she loved them. The way I make coffee because she taught me. The route Winston and I walk because it was her favorite. She's not gone. She's just different now. My kids call sometimes. Dad, are you sure you're okay out there alone? I understand why they worry. A 95-year-old man in a house built for a family. But I'm not sad, and I'm not isolated. I'm just selective about what I let in. I have my morning routine, my dog who needs me, my 4 real relationships.
My Tuesday calls with Robert.
That's a full life. Some people need constant motion to feel alive. Good for them, but I need silence to feel like myself. I need space. I need days that are simple and small and predictable. And if you're someone like me, I need you to understand something. Nothing is wrong with how you're wired. This isn't settling. This isn't giving up on life. You've just learned what matters to you instead of accepting what others say should matter. Living on your own terms instead of chasing someone else's version, that takes courage. That's strength. So there you go. 6 things. Understand the difference between solitude and emptiness. Build a daily routine that anchors you. Have something that needs you. Choose your people carefully. Find meaning in small things. And make peace with who you actually are. That's everything I know about living alone without the loneliness. Winston's at the door. It's time for our walk. We go the same route every day. Same trees. Same neighbors. Same mailbox at the corner. And I wouldn't change a thing. Take care of yourself.